This video is brought to you by CardTrader. Use my affiliate link below when signing up and see how their service CardTrader Zero can save you on shipping today. Hey, you! Yes, welcome back to Veil of Death NTG, or if it's your first time, welcome to the party, pal. Alrighty then, Commander Masters is finally spoiled and many Magic the Gathering players ask, can I afford this? Well, this is one of the most expensive products we had, outside of some other special products, like really expensive. But with that, let the wallet speak and buy singles if needed, if you can't afford the whole product. I mean, remember, your wallet speak the loudest. As far as the limited environment is concerned, well, I will test it out next week, so you will hear later about it. And where will I test it? At MagicCon Barcelona. Final plugin before I'm actually traveling. Yay! Now that we got that out of the way, and before we look at some sweet reprints for cEDH that caught my eye and attention, are there any new cards worthy of mentioning for cEDH from the 4 commander decks? Nope. Alright, reprints. Let's begin with Loyal Retainers, a 3 mana 2 and a white human advisor whose job is easy. Sack this to reanimate the legendary creature, so Razakats rejoice. You got a sweet reprint in Mythic? Wait, this is Mythic? Oh damn. Speaking of Razakats, well yes, Razaketh the Foul-Blooded is here in the set. Since the retainers are usually used as a way to bring this 8 mana, 8 flammable creature back from the graveyard to play, and use that to sacrifice other creatures, because that's what his ability does, to find cards to win the game. And not just Razaketh, but many other decks use Razaketh for that advantage. I enjoy it in my Tentacle Sushi, for example, since I can use the life side of life and death to make my lands into creatures and sack them to tutor. If, you know, no creatures have remained on board because of a board wipe or something. On the topic of mythics, let's rejoice once more because look, it's Spellseeker! A 3 mana 2 and a blue wizard that combos with Inala, is a 1-card win con in many Jeskai decks, just goes nuts. Well yes, Spellseeker searches for instants and sorceries of mana value 2 or less, so Breach lines, Inala lines, you name it. I do hope to snag me one of them for the channel, especially the borderless one. Now on the topic of Spellseeker, let's talk about some cards that Spellseeker can get and have been reprinted in this set. Like Finale of Devastation, 2 green and X to search for a creature with mana value X or less from your library or graveyard, and if X is 10 or more, all of your creatures get plus X and haste till the end of turn. A great tutor and a great finisher as well in many decks, and finally reprinted. Also, on a note, in my book, it's still better than Invasion of Ikoria, since Finale can also get Hermit Druid. Speaking of searching, here is Demonic Tutor, a clear staple, cause for 2 mana, 1 in the black, you can look for any card in your library, put it into your hand, and only you know what it is. And oh my god, just look at that awesome art! And wow, so far only mythics? That's wild. So let's look at some rares. Still in the vein of cards that can be found with Spellseeker, I give you Cyclonic Rift. An instant for 1 in the blue that bounces any non-land permanent you don't control. But for 7 mana, its overload cost, you return all non-land permanents you don't control. So yes, this is a removal and a board wipe. Say what you want, but this is a great card. Even got to show it off in a video recently. Now, let's put here another card that I'm very excited to finally see reprinted after a long time, and that's Imp's Mischief. An instant for 1 in the black that basically redirects a spell from one target to another. For some life too. So happy to see this reprinted in this set. Now let's move on to some cards that Spellseeker cannot actually get, and let's begin with my favorite card in cEDH, Toxic Deluge. A 3 mana 2 in the black sorcery that kills everything. Depends on how much life you paid for it, you know. It goes around indestructible and things that can't be targeted. It's just great, and people that know me know I live by the motto that there is nothing that can't be solved with a good board wipe. But leave land mass destruction out of it in the closet, because we don't do that here. That can go on and get. On the topic of reprints, we finally are getting back these if you control your commander casted for free spell series, namely Fierce Guardianship, Deadlovely Negate, Deadly Rollick, the targeted exile in black, and Deflecting Swat, the let me take your peer into the abyss. I am sure it will serve me better than you. Yes, the other ones are also reprinted like Flawless Maneuver and Obscuring Haze, but you know, we don't talk much about them because they don't see play in cEDH, like, at all. But also, look at these borderless versions! I know I need these for my decks to show on videos, they look just so great. I hope to snag and crack or whatever, get my hands on these somehow. Let's get back to Mythic for a second and look, it's our old friend Smothering Tithe, an enchantment for 4, 3 and a white, that reads that anytime your opponent draws a card, if they don't pay 2 mana, you will make a treasure token. I've seen this card go absolutely bananas and I've seen this card do absolutely nothing. But again, it's being reprinted and recently I watched it do some serious work, so praise the Smothering Grip, I guess. Speaking of enchantments, for 1 black mana, you too can cast Blood Chief Ascension, an enchantment that does not do much at first, but at each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, this card gets an Ascension counter, and once it has 3 or more Ascension counters, it basically goes online. And yes, I have seen this get activated in the turn cycle in cEDH. What does it actually do? Once it is online, it has the mode that whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may have that player lose 2 life. If you do, you gain 2 life. Notice there is no target. Now, sure, much grave hate exists and can turn this off in the format, but also remember, mono black players and other purveyors of fun stuff, this goes infinite with Mindcrank. But still, only per player, unless each player mills a card or gets damaged while these 2 cards are in play. You know, try it out, it may spice up your games. Speaking of artifacts, Jewel Lotus is back on the menu. A 0 mana rock that gives you 3 mana of a single card to help you cast your commander, and only your commander. But it's an awesome card that can turbo out commanders way faster, or help pay for, you know, the tax if they have died before. And yes, I want the borderless break art for my beautiful videos. It just looks amazing, and will look sick on the videos, trust me. I am sure of it. Wow. This set has many cool cards, and I'm sure I did not mention all of them, but I got one more card that sparked my interest when I saw it, and that is Oran Frostfang, a 5 mana, 3 and 2 green snow creature snake, a 2/6 that first gives all your attacking creatures Death Touch, so, you know, hard to block, but most important thing, whenever a creature you control hits someone, you draw a card. So if you hit with 5 creatures, it's 5 cards. And finally it's reprinted, and I am sure many a deck, especially non-turbo decks that can even cheat this out really fast too, will love it and are enjoying that it's back, and also in its new snow frame too, right? And that's it, a solid reprint set with many staples and cool reprints for cEDH. What is your favorite reprint in this set, and for which deck? Are there any cards you were hoping to see in the set and that were not reprinted? Like me, for example, I was hoping Demonic Consultation will finally get a reprint outside of Secret Lair. Are you buying singles, or are you getting boxes? Are you doing the box game? Are you in Barcelona next week as I am? Well, I hope to see you there at the Creator Corner on Friday from 11 AM to 12 PM, or I will see you guys behind the veil.